Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk about what I was thinking while I was doing this drawing. I wanted to draw Sunflower from Disney's Fantasia, who is obviously a racist character, and I wanted to make her pretty like all the other centaurs. So here I'm trying to figure out the angle of the face. Angles of faces are very difficult for me at the moment, so I drew on top of her and brought it over and tried to match it the best way I could. This drawing is going to go through a lot of molding like clay, so get ready. I tend to draw big, as you'll see, and then there will be a lot of resizing later. I'm doing flipping to see how things are working. I brought this reference of Rapunzel's paintbrush because I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I had her painting a sunflower? Big pause, don't know what's happening here. Let's see. Trying to get the shape. Oh, right here, I wanted her to have flowers on, but I didn't like it, so I took it off. And here, I'm trying to figure out how to make her hair more interesting. And here, I'm measuring because I made her torso a bit too long. And then you can see that I actually resized the head. Working on the legs. It would be nice if I actually turned this character. I would have to really research some horse anatomy. Working on the tail. I'm liking where this is going so far, you know. It's pretty solid drawing so far. Nope, moved the back a little bit because the shape and the back wasn't correct. And then you can see here that I drew the legs way too long, so I just decided, you know what, just draw them long and then boom, we can resize them. Then you can see I drew a line on the other drawing so I could match and see where the legs are supposed to be, and then I drew it on mine. I referenced my hand because in the other drawing part of the hand is missing, so wanted to get the hand correct. Oh yeah, here I'm trying to draw this belt around, but I didn't like that either. And we're doing some more measurements. Working on the hand, making the hand look all nice. Measuring some more, trying to go back to that belt that I'm gonna ultimately throw away. Looking at this hand, trying to figure out this hand, which will take me a while. Trying to figure out some more hairstyles. Didn't like it, threw it away. More hairstyles. I'm gonna toss that. Which I'm kind of glad I did because I drew something that a lot of people voted on that was more interesting later. But it's fun to see what all I went through. Trying to draw this belt again. Resize the head a little bit. Tried to draw what the braids look like in the movie, but ultimately scrapped that as well. And then I found this online, and I thought, this is pretty cool. Wanted her to look a little bit different. So we're going to draw these hairballs and tubes, and right here I'm just measuring and figuring out, oh, that is not centered correctly. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna push the braid in front of her body or in the back. Playing around with this hair, trying to get the get the perspective right, which I had a lot of problem with, and I have a friend who helps me behind the scenes with my drawings, and she really helped out with getting the angle correctly. Here I'm trying to draw braids, and we go through a lot of that, but ultimately I just decided to keep them kind of like hair tubes, I suppose. Working on this hand, struggling with the hand. Don't worry, it turns out okay in the end, eventually. Then I was trying to figure out how I was going to draw this sunflower. I was going to draw it more cartoony like the show. Then my friend suggested that it looked like it didn't have any weight and it was flat. So we measured and figured out how this flower was actually looking in this hand. It's more flat on like the bottom and volume at the top. So that's what we're doing here with this sunflower. Then we're drawing paint on top of the flower because she is of course going to be painting this. Oh, right there I was told that it didn't really look like she was looking at the sunflower, so we're gonna figure that out. She looks a little scary some of the time, but we figure out those eyes eventually. Now it looks like she's actually looking at it. That's my friend helping me. It's always good to get critiques from people that are better than you. Please find someone that is better than you so they can be like, no, the hair would actually look like this. It took me a while to understand, but we got the hair looking like she's actually tilting her head, and the hair follows that. Oh, by the way, this was all done in Procreate. They have a function where they record what you're doing, so it's pretty good if you want to make a video. We are inking now. I really felt like the line was really thin. I tend to ink thicker than this, but I wanted it to look like an painted cell. Just inking and checking the line weight, seeing if I like it or not. I actually inked this while I'm at work. Shh, be quiet. And while I was riding in the car, every free moment I got, I worked on this because I don't have a lot of time to work on art, and I'm usually tired, so. There was actually a lot of changes because I'm gonna ink this and then I'm not gonna like how the flower is over the hand, because if you look, it looks really flat, like the fingers are not correct. So I point that out for later. Where I don't like things, I just usually draw a little arrow and I correct it later. I think the line work is looking pretty okay. We're gonna play around with the hair a lot. One thing I noticed in my art that I get a critique on is that I don't always draw the matching volumes correctly, so that's what we were fixing with the hair. One hair tube looked extremely larger than the other, so we had to fix it. Flipping and checking, flipping and checking. Remember to flip your work, it really helps. I was asking people along the way how they were liking this, and they thought that it was going in a good direction, so I'm very happy for everyone who gave me a good critique. Here we're working on the mouth, making it look good. It's been a long time since I've drawn something that I was actually really happy with, so this makes me happy. Oh, right here I got a critique from my boyfriend that the stomach line didn't match where the other line near her hoof was going, so I quickly fixed that and we started coloring in. Now we're gonna play with a lot of colors, because if you notice, the lines at the bottom are lighter than her skin, so we had to fix that. Oh, here I am drawing a base color so I could make a clipping mask and parent all of that to the base. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can explain what that is later if you would like. Her hair color and her little hair ties kind of remind me of Princess Jasmine. So that's pretty cool. Look at that thin line work. Very different from what I usually do. We weren't going to give her that gap tooth or paint her lips super pink and make her look all silly looking. There we go, we fixed that hand. Isn't that better? Oh, and then look, we painted her hand like how black hands are. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We colored this. I colored some of the line art, and there you go. This is Sunflower. I hope you guys like it, and if I have time, I will make more videos in the future. Thanks.